Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to explore how emotional manipulation can sometimes disguise itself as love, and how men can recognize these patterns to protect themselves. On this first slide, I want to introduce the topic and set the stage for what's to come. We'll look at how emotional wounds influence behavior, often unconsciously, and how social media contributes to misunderstandings about emotional health. So, let's dive in and understand the difference between genuine emotional expression and underlying unresolved pain. They're not just showing love, they're proving it to themselves, to their partner, and to the world. This need to constantly demonstrate affection can really mask deeper emotional issues. Instead of feeling genuinely happy or connected, they focus on the act of showing, which can become a way to seek validation. Their self-worth starts to depend on how others react to their happiness, which creates a cycle of emotional dependency. When someone is always posting about their relationship, some might see it as pride or enthusiasm. But often, it's a sign of emotional deprivation. Maybe they didn't grow up feeling loved or safe consistently. So, when they finally experience affection, they tend to overdo it, overcompensate, in a way that's more about filling an inner void than sharing genuine joy. This oversharing isn't just about being proud of their relationship. It's a symptom of emotional hunger. It's a way to seek reassurance and validation that they may have lacked earlier in life. Recognizing this helps us understand that behind the constant posting, there might be a deeper need for emotional security. But when love becomes a performance, it loses its grounding. Such relationships often don't last because the energy that keeps them alive isn't genuine connection, but validation from others. You might notice that those who post their perfect love stories the loudest are often those hiding deep pain inside. Their excitement can actually reveal how unfamiliar real safety feels to them. They're more focused on proving that love exists in their lives than actually experiencing it. Behind these overexposed relationships, there's usually an undernourished inner child, someone who grew up with instability, rejection, or neglect. For them, love becomes something they have to perform publicly to feel real. This brings us to the link between trauma and the need to be seen. When early experiences were unstable, love can feel unfamiliar or unsafe. So, they seek validation externally, trying to fill that inner void. Understanding this helps us see that the desire to be validated isn't just about ego. It's rooted in deeper wounds that shape how we relate to love today. In love, sometimes it can feel like a trap. The more someone feels the need to constantly show their love, the less they might actually be experiencing it. It's almost like they're trying to prove something rather than just feeling it naturally. Now, let's draw a parallel with wealth. People who have always known stability, who are truly secure, don't feel the need to flaunt their luxury every day. They're not trying to convince anyone of anything. They're simply living their life, comfortable in their stability. On the other hand, those who grew up in scarcity often feel compelled to showcase every success, every act of affection. It's as if they're saying, "Look, I've made it," almost seeking validation from others. This brings us to an important point, the concept of emotional groundedness. People with stable upbringings or those who have done deep self-work tend to keep their relationships private. Their love feels natural and effortless. They don't need to broadcast it because it's rooted in authenticity, not in trying to prove something to the world. So stability doesn't need to prove itself to anyone. It's something that, when truly present, is quietly confident and genuine. The truth is, when love needs an audience, it's no longer about genuine connection. Instead, it becomes about control. This is a subtle but important point because it often manifests as a form of manipulation. They might use visibility, emotion, and performance to create pressure, making you feel responsible for maintaining their happiness or keeping the image alive. And here's the tricky part. When you don't play along, when you need space or privacy, they might accuse you of not loving enough. It's a way of shifting the focus from the relationship to their needs for control or validation. Many men find themselves in relationships where their partner's emotional intensity feels almost intoxicating, constant posts, "I love you" stories, and dramatic highs. But beneath all that energy, there's often a deeper emotional need at play. a desire to control how others perceive them and the relationship itself. So, it's important to recognize that emotional manipulation often hides behind this kind of romantic excess. It's not about love, it's about control. And understanding this can help us see through the surface and protect ourselves from being pulled into these dynamics. When you truly understand this, you'll find yourself no longer chasing validation-based relationships. Instead, you'll start attracting people who value emotional peace over performance. Healthy love, at its core, grows in silence. It's steady, consistent, and doesn't need to be loud or flashy to feel real. Ask yourself, is her excitement about us, or just about how we look together? Does she love me privately, or only when others are watching? Does her affection feel genuine and grounded, or performative? These questions are essential because they help you see beyond surface behaviors. To protect yourself from emotional manipulation, you need to learn how to read the emotional intention behind someone's behavior, not just the behavior itself. Sometimes, what's being said or done can hide true motives. So ask yourself, what's the real intention behind these actions? Recognizing this will help you build healthier, more authentic connections. Remember, understanding these subtle cues is key to safeguarding your emotional well-being and fostering genuine love. So, if you want to stop being manipulated, the first step is to stop falling for all the noise around you. Instead, pay close attention to what people actually need to show you, because often, what they're hiding or struggling with is what they lack deep down. Love that tries to constantly prove itself, that needs to shout or show off, will eventually fall apart under its own weight. Real love, the kind that truly lasts, doesn't need to make a lot of noise or demand attention. It's calm, it's private, and it's stable. And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with. Recognize what genuine love looks like. It's not about performance or impressing others. It's about a quiet confidence and a deep understanding that true connection doesn't need to be loud to be real. This ties back to the overall theme of the presentation, which is about authenticity and understanding what's truly valuable in relationships. When you see through the noise, you can find what's real, and that's where true peace and stability come from.